You mentioned in the beginning of the interview that you're a feminist, and you mentioned I should be a feminist too. I think I am a feminist. But
Feminism, these words have been given such a negative connotation, I think, and it comes from the Western definition of it. India essentially is a country which honors the feminine, worships the feminine, even. And in our society, everybody was a feminist. If they aren't one today, they always have been. For every power, every knowledge, for every skill, you pray to the feminine. Lakshmi Ma, Durga Ma, Shakti, Ma Annapurna, Ma Saraswati, whatever you want to achieve, earn, learn, it all comes through the feminine. But the Western concept of feminism has just been made terribly negative. It's like if I say I want to work, there is so many negative connotations attached to that. A debate begins. See, being a feminist doesn't mean that I want to only sit in the boardroom. It also means that I should have the agency of choice. If I choose to stay home and raise my children, would other feminists, so called, be allowed to judge me and say, अरे तुमने इतनी पढ़ाई लिखाई करी, तुमको घर ही बैठना था? I think power lies in the ability to choose. And that is what we must give to all our girls, to all our women. And that's why I say, even you should be a feminist. Women around you should have the power to choose what they want to do in their lives because they can contribute wherever they are. That is how they are.
no, absolutely, and I think
Yeah.
you've summed it up beautifully. I think what you spoke in the last 2 minutes should be essential. Watch viewing for every school child in the school year that way.
I'm writing a book on that actually.
Oh wow!
Yes, and
Tell us more about it.
the book doesn't have a working title yet, but the book revolves around policy interventions in the last 10 years to improve the lives of women in India. And how do you improve the lives of women? By taking our culture back to what it used to be. So, civilizationally, we were always so strong. Women always had a place at the decision making table, always. But that got taken away from us over years of plunder, over years of invaders coming in, and then the British coming in, the language of education eventually changing, responsibilities changing, respect switching. All of that, I think, made our society vastly different from what we used to be 1,000 years ago. And I think that's what we're trying to revive today. When I talk about the agency of choice, that is the most important thing. So, if a woman wants to give birth, does she have support from her government? Is her nutrition, her health care being taken care of? And at the same time, after giving birth, if she wants to get back to work, is her workplace allowing her that opportunity and that sufficient break? Both of it are equally important, and I think I'm happy to tell you our government is doing both. This fine balance to keep the world going is so essential. वो ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, समाज दो पैरों पे चलता है, एक महिला एक पुरुष है. So you'll only move forward when one takes the lead over the other, and alternatively. So it's like men can't lead all the time, you'll not move forward. Sometimes women have to lead, and to do that we have to make the environment, society conducive to that.
I'm glad you've actually taken this conversation to this direction.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of friends who worked on the maternity
Benefits
law,
Act,
benefits
yeah,
act,
yeah, yeah.
which extended maternity benefits
Yeah.
from 3 months to 6 months,
Yeah.
etc. But there's plenty of data to show that companies have actually become apprehensive to hire women
Yeah.
at a certain age
Yeah.
because they feel that it'll be a big cost to the company compared to earlier. Even in the West, when it comes to mandatory creches, etc., there's been a big DI backlash against women, which I'm sure everybody knows about. So, do you think laws that are made to protect women and over-regulation can actually harm women? And what is the right balance in that sense? And I'm not asking you this as a party spokesperson,
No,
but
no,
as
I'm going to answer this as a woman, as a mother, as a working woman. Nipun, laws are sometimes necessary because they build in safeguards for women. At the same time, we are not aping any Western laws. India never apes anything from any other part of the world blindly because we function in a different way. Today, we see a lot of countries with a terribly declining birth rate ratio, and they are struggling to replace their population. Why is that happening? Because certain things were done unidirectionally. That's not the case in India. At the end of the day, I do understand that some data is alarming and it shows that it's difficult for maybe some smaller companies to retain women employees, but you have to start somewhere. It's not a utopian world, and step by step, you achieve things. Sometimes you're not successful in the first go in a perfect way, but does that mean you stop trying? Because, say, today, maybe every single woman who's hired does not have that perfect life, but there are so many others who are working in companies who have the benefits. At least all government employees have that benefit. All the MNCs have been extending those benefits. You have to put things down on paper to make it better. जब reservation की बात हुआ करती थी तो यही कहा जाता था ना कि अगर आप एक महिला को प्रधान बना भी दोगे तो गांव तो प्रधानपति चलाएगा. That's not the case anymore. We've seen it change, we've seen it evolve, and sometimes you have to put women at the right place at the right time and then see how things go before you work on changing it.
No, I'm all for women's rights in that sense. But another criticism that often keeps coming against the use of the word feminist, and you've clarified that feminist is a very Western word in that sense, is that, all laws across the world have started becoming very female dominated in that sense, right? Like even POSH guidelines are not gender neutral.
No, they are actually. Most sensible people make it all gender neutral.
The law doesn't mandate that.
Yeah.
So,
लेकिन मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, there have been centuries of suppression, and I talked about that briefly. And this is true. See, the dowry laws needed to be put into place because people were taking dowries. Even most recently, there was a case in Noida where a girl was killed, burnt. So it's not like these things are not reality. Yes, society is evolving, but society needed all these laws to help it evolve into a place where a woman at least has some agency, some rights. It needed to be done. See, maybe there are instances of laws being misused. Yes, they are. And when laws are misused, there should be stringent action, very stringent action. And women who actually get men in a difficult position by lying, by misusing the rights given to them in law, they should be punished. And I say this very harshly. Absolutely harshly. But at the same time, Nipun, what we see around us is not all that the world is. India is huge. India is diverse. There are still parts in rural India where a lot of the things that we still think are available to everyone are not there. I quoted the recent example of the dowry that happened in Noida. That is true. We have for centuries been in a place where it was easy to do certain things. So easy. Sati hua karti thi, abolish karni padi. Yes, there was a social push that was needed, but a legislation also had to come in. Dowry, it still exists, but just a legislation cannot make all the difference. A social push was needed. Now, similarly, I think a social push to make sure that laws are not being misused, it's needed. It needs to be there. But at the same time, these safeguards need to be in place. And I very firmly feel that all laws have to be gender neutral. That is non-negotiable, and we have to work towards it. If something is not already gender neutral, activism से हमको कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला है. हमको advocacy से मिलेगा. And advocacy is a very positive thing. So you can do advocacy for something in your own government too. And the government encourages that. They are inviting stakeholders every single day to help different departments function better. But सिर्फ activism हम करेंगे, हम सड़क पे बैठ जाएंगे, that's not going to change society, that's not going to change the world. Advocacy will. So we have to work with the government, we have to work with law, within the guidelines of our law, and tweak things into what we feel they need to be, and we need to look at both sides of the story. So when you talk about say laws which are women centric being misused, there are an equal number of women who are still afraid even today to go and complain in their local police stations when they are being mistreated, criminally mistreated.